Your thoughts on utilizing lifting aids, belts, straps, knee wraps, gloves, weightlifting shoes when training youth athletes?
No gloves. I'm not a big glove guy.
Ronnie Coleman will
no gloves. I don't have a problem with belts. But I think that there's a certain point at which you can wear the belt. It's about anything over 80%. So I do all my warm-up sets without a belt, and I only put my belt on for the top sets. Mm-hmm. So like once the weight gets heavy, and people are like, how do I know when it's heavy? And it's like, you know what the heavy is. Yeah. If I get underneath the weight and I can start thinking like, as I'm like, I get underneath the weight and I start squatting and I'm thinking about the Jordan Peterson talk. Mm-hmm. If I get underneath the weight and I stand up and think, oh, fuck, this is heavy. I'm going to kill myself. I better fucking lock in. That's how I know it's heavy. Mm-hmm. When all of a sudden my mind flips from like this, focusing on a million things that I have to do today to all of a sudden the singular focus of survival. That's how I know it's time to get heavy.
Right.
So I like belts. I don't like real thick, heavy belts. So we've been using a lot of breath belts. And I also do have a thicker kind of more powerlifting style belt that I do like. Straps, if you have small hands, I think straps are necessary for you to learn to pull. Mm-hmm. But I do think you need to develop grip strength. And the only problem with developing grip strength, if you have small hands, is you're just going to have to suffer through it. Is there an issue where all of a sudden ham strength becomes a limiting factor for strength? 100%.
Right.
But that's why we're always real big on training grip until all of a sudden grip becomes a limiting factor. Then we'll use straps. So I don't have an issue with that. Knee wraps. I made a mistake pretty early on when I started lifting weights. The old powerlifter we trained with was a single ply wrap powerlifter. So we started wrapping our knees at anything over 135. So, I mean, I don't know. I saw everybody wrapping knees. So we just started wrapping knees. I'm like doing like 135 warm-ups with my knees wrapped. It was stupid.
Right.
And I think what it did is it smashed my patella and I think some of the patellar tendonitis I had. And also I didn't really get as strong as I was until I threw the wraps away and started squatting without them. So is there a place for wraps? Yeah, probably, but it's not in a everyday training environment. Like, hey, if all of a sudden I'm going to start trying to test some 1RMs or maybe go to a powerlifting meet or something specific, I should probably throw some wraps on and at least get comfortable squatting with them because it is a different squat movement.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're going to, once the knees are wrapped, it's a different position opposed from unwrapped.
When you're pushing against the wraps, right? And you just said it like 1 rep max. Whenever I think about these aids, these lifting aids, whenever I'm training is always to increase my 1 rep max. Mm-hmm. It's something to aid me in achieving a load that I haven't done before, but in particular, because the question asks for youth athletes, I don't think youth athletes really know what it is to lift their maximum yet. No. So I would even shy away from having them train a 1 rep max all the time.